Hello, 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 everyone out there in Tarot Land. This is your girl Zen Gaia, the Zen Libran, and I haven't did one of these in a while, but this is a Taboo Talk. As you see the title, you can see what I'm finna step into, y'all. This is something that we need to talk about, that so many people shy away from talking about. This is something that people will prefer to sweep under the carpet. But just like the dust, you sweep the dust under the carpet, you lift the carpet up, it's still there. You know, the wounds won't heal unless you put medicine on them. You know what I'm saying? So they can heal or let them heal naturally. But you have to give them some type of remedy in order for the wounds to heal. And incest is one of these things that we can't sweep under the carpet anymore, ladies. I teach self-love here. Um, I'm a poster child for women empowerment. And being women, it is our duty to protect the child. It's the man's duty to protect the woman and the child. But women, we are supposed to protect the child, to raise the child, to give growth to the child, cultivate that child. Protection comes in hand with that. In case some people out there don't know what incest mean, it is sexual contact between close blood relatives. Um, it's sexual relations between people classed as being too closely related to marry. Okay? It could be having sexual intercourse with a sibling or your child or your parent or your grandchild. You know, um, women, we run the household, okay? And we need to be more conscious on what is going on in the household. Now, don't forget, ladies, you were young too. We're curious about our bodies when we're young. You know, and I'm just talking about the children now. I'm not even gotten into the adults that are molesting the children. I'm just talking about the children dealing with each other right now. You have to be more conscious on what's going on around you. Um, when I was growing up, um, girls and boys didn't share the same bedroom. And like I say, you have to go back to our old traditions in order to go forward. A lot of people frown nowadays upon, they call it the old school, but yes, it's the old school. It was the old way of living, the old way of learning, the old way of being, which is the natural, righteous way. Okay? Now you got this new wave society, and it's all backwards, it's all wrong. Okay? Ladies, you need to not have the boys and the girls in the same bedroom. Okay? I know that it's a lot of single women out here that are taking care of the children by themselves, and you may only be able to afford certain living arrangements. And sometimes it's going to be a boy and a girl in the same bedroom, but that's where you have to step in and be more conscious about what's going on. Because you remember, ladies, we were young and we are curious about our bodies. I mean, hell, we used to play catch a girl, get a girl. Seriously, let's keep it real here. You know what I'm saying? I'm Zingaya, and I'm always real all the time. You know, so you know that they are curious about their bodies. So it is your duty to watch over them and keep them apart as much as you can. Okay? It's so much trauma happens due to incest. That is the basis of a lot of childhood trauma is incest. See, we're not people, like I say, people talk about the old school, but the old school was when we weren't infiltrated. Okay. Now we have been infiltrated with a hybrid state of mind. We live in this hybrid culture, so we're thinking as the hybrid. They don't have any more morality or integrity, so they are animalistic. So a lot of our traditions is not going to allot with theirs. you know. So we need to go back to the old school and learn our culture because it's the correct way to live and to thrive and to survive in this hybrid society. You know, um, I mean, it's really sick. I mean, they even have countries where you can marry your sister. You guys can look it up. You can marry your sister in Netherlands. You can marry your sister in Thailand, Brazil, Argentina. I mean, it's just sick. This is what not we don't come from this, people. We don't come from this. We don't come from polygamous relationships. We don't come from wife swapping. We don't come from having sex with your sister, marrying your sister or your brother. I mean, do you know it's so many abnormalities that happen from incest? That's where you get the cleft palates from. The kids that are born with the clefts in their lip, yeah, you can become infertile, you know, just like two things that are not supposed to co create. Whatever they create, that becomes hybrid, like a donkey, a jackass. They can't, after them, that species will, not exist because they was made from two things that shouldn't have cohabitated, that shouldn't have came together and made a species. You know what I'm saying? So the species is infertile. Okay, there can be miscarriages. There can be facial asymmetry. That's when your face is not made right, your face is not formed right. You can have a low birth rate weight. You could be slow to grow. There can be blindness. You can have limb abnormalities where one arm grows longer than the other one, or hell, you don't grow an arm. You can have disorders in your sexual development. The penis won't grow properly, or sometimes the woman vagina won't open. I mean, it's so many disorders that come along with incest and having children out of incest. You will have a decreased cognitive abilities. Your mental capabilities won't be up to par, and you can also have muscular dysfunction. I mean, there's so many things because you're not supposed to cohabitate or create with this particular with this because it's too close together that you're going to have genetic disorders. So, ladies, I'm talking to the ladies here because we can avoid a lot of things. We have a lot of lazy women nowadays that don't want to take the extra effort to make sure that things are all right. You have to get your ass up. You know what I'm saying? I saw one lady, she had 3 kids in the house. You know what I'm saying? And she had the windows open and she went to bed with the windows open. And she knew that she was supposed to close the windows, but she was too lazy to get up and close the windows. And somebody crawled through the window at night. See, that could have been avoided if the windows was closed. I gave that scenario just to say that she was just lazy and didn't want to get out of bed, knowing that she was supposed to do it. Ladies, we have to take that extra effort, you know, um, to do preventative measures. So keep the boys and the girls apart as much as you can. you know, um, for as sleeping quarters. Maybe you may have to have the girl come sleep with you, mom, sometimes. Take preventative measures. And you have to be on guard at times. I know, mom, the kids are in the room playing. They've been getting on your nerves all day, and then they go off to their own safe place and they playing, and you can get to smoke your cigarette or whatever, drink your coffee and watch a television program, because the kids are all in there playing. I mean, I know you want your me time, but when you have children, it's not much of me time. Okay, your me time is when they're asleep or away at school or something. But when they're there with you, it's 24/7. You have to be on guard. You have to be on watch. So you can't sit there and watch your whole television program. You have to get up and bust up in the room and see what's going on. What y'all doing? You have to want to be involved. You have to be involved in what's going on with the children, because a lot of things happen behind closed doors because the moms push them to the side for their me time. And while they're having their me time, incest is happening in the other room. Okay? Now, I was looking at Monique on TV, and she was talking about how she was molested by her brother. They grew up in Baltimore, and I can't stress enough about what went down in Baltimore. Baltimore is the area where the slaves, you guys would say slaves, but we were actually prisoners of war people, okay? But this is where they got the prisoners of war. I'm going to say slaves for to be socially apt with the public. But this is where they were killing the slaves off, okay? And they wanted to breed them, wanted them to keep breeding. They were torturing the women so much, and a lot of women was dying from diseases or what have you. So they started to breed the mothers. They would make the mothers breed with their sons. Okay, they will make the brothers have sex with their sisters. This is what's happened in that Baltimore area there. You guys can do your research on it. You know what I'm saying? So in that area, it's a state of mind, you know what I'm saying, that this is okay because this is what they were used to. You know what I'm saying? Even Monique brother, he was on the program, and he said, yes, I molested my sister. I had sex with my younger sister, but I thought it was okay. Everybody was doing it. I mean, it was no big deal. I didn't know that it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? See, that ladies, that's why you have to step in and you have to let these children know what's right and what's wrong. I know you think that your children are too young to know about this and to know about that, but they're not too young because they can be young when incest happens to them. So let them know what it is. Let them know what to be on guard for. Let them know what is right and what is wrong. You have to school your children on what's going on as a preventative measure. Okay? You have to let them know that it's okay for them to come to you and tell you anything. You have to create the environment for that. And you have to be nosy. You can't sit and want your time and close the bedroom door because you want to smoke a joint or something. No, you can't do that. You got to get your ass up when the kids are playing in the room, open the door, what y'all doing. Or don't close no doors around here. And that's for preventative measures to stop things from happening before they happen. And if we took these precautions, we could stop a lot of things, ladies. You know? I mean, it's so much trauma comes from incest. And we need to let these children know what it is and how it's not right and why it's not right. And create a forum where they can come and talk about these things. We got to get all out of that. Oh, they too young. They don't need to know this. No, this is the reality that we're in. And people take advantage of you because you're naive. They take advantage of that. So don't let your children be naive about the situation. Okay? If they are able to get molested at this time, you need to tell them at this time. It's time to be open. It's time to talk about this. Don't let your uncle touch you. And you got to be, people, ladies, with children in the house, you don't need people staying in your house. But if they have to, you have to take the extra precautions. You have to get your ass up and see what's going on. The children are treasures, and you have to protect the treasure from everybody. You know, I know it's hard, ladies, because we want to sit down and rest, you know what I'm saying? But we're super women and we have the capabilities to do a lot of things all the time. That's why we have that strength. And we're not utilizing our strengths because we are lazy. There are a lot of lazy women around here. Okay? Watch the children. Communicate with your children, educate your children, and let them know what's righteous and what's not. Let them know what incest is. Let them know what's not to happen to them. Let them know what's right and what's wrong. So they won't be naive, so they won't be taken advantage of. Because it's a dirty world out here. We just need to just face it. And we have to deal with it accordingly. So, ladies, we need to be more conscious on what is going on around here. And listen to your children. Talk to them, okay? And listen when they talk. Even when they talk amongst their cousins and their siblings, even when they talk amongst their friends, you always got to be eavesdropping. You always got to listen. That's part of being a parent. That's part of being an authority figure to see what's going on. You was young once. You know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Go back to your childhood and think about what would work for you. What would work for you at that time to communicate? Okay? You got to go back to the old school, ladies, to the old traditions, because that is the righteous way. We are overtaken by a hybrid culture. I mean, our culture is barely non-existent. The few things that exist of our culture, it's because the other cultures want to exploit it. Okay, and use it for their benefit, for their own agenda. Like I say, you got to know thyself. You know, don't have the girls and the boys in the same bedroom. Watch who you allow around your children. And if the children are there in the room playing, open the door. Get your ass up and go and check on them frequently. Okay? Because if they know mom is coming in here, a lot of things ain't gonna go on. Okay? Watch the children. Separate the girls from the boys. And when they're together, you should be present. Okay? If not, frequent bus-ins. Frequent. What is y'all doing? You have to be involved, ladies. If there was more involvement in our children's lives, ladies, a lot of things won't happen. Okay? I'm not here to badger you. I'm not here to say that it's your fault that it happened, because if you were there, it wouldn't happen. Okay? I know that people are sneaky or whatever. You got to be sneaky in raising your children too. You know what I'm saying? You got to be listening behind closed doors. That's what you got to do in order to raise children. You have to be involved, and you have to stay involved even when they think you aren't. Talk to these children about the tactics of an older molester. Talk to these children about what to be aware of. Give them the signs to look out for. They're never too young. If they're young enough to be molested, they're young enough to know the signs. They're young enough to know that they need to talk. Okay? Ladies, you have to be more involved. You have to know the character of people that you let around your children. Question. We're too lazy to even question the people that is around our children now. Put more effort into it, ladies, and we can prevent a lot of things. Now, these people that do this, they're sick, you know. And like Monique brother said, he didn't know that it was wrong because everybody was doing it. One of his friends was having sex with his sister. He didn't think that it was wrong because nobody told him that it was wrong. Okay? So we have to, it's all about family, you know what I'm saying? We got to get these foundations together so we can raise cognitive, critical mind thinkers to go out into this world and make it happen. No more trauma, ladies. No more trauma. Let's try to prevent all that we can, okay? And we can't prevent a lot. The other percentage we can't prevent, we can work on that too. You know what I'm saying? But be cautious of who you're having around your children. Um, the boys and girls shouldn't be in the same, sleeping in the same quarters. Um, and if they are playing together or whatever in the home or whatever, you need to be more cautious and you need to do more pop ups, even if they're outside, pop up. You know what I'm saying? Your children shouldn't be too far because they're children. They shouldn't be too far for you not to know where they are anyway. Be more involved, be more concerned, ladies, and we can clear a lot of this shit up, okay? All right. Now, I want to go deep into this conversation, but this is a touchy subject, so I thought I would just do a little light points. But ladies, we need to be more involved because it's too much trauma caused by incest. Talk to your children. Watch who you have around your children. Okay. I love all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel anybody could benefit from this video, please send it to them because we really need to heal from this, guys. We really need to heal from this. This is a type of culture that was forced upon us. This is not what we are, people. This is not what we are. And we need to stop living the culture of the hybrid because that's what we're doing. We're seeing as the hybrid sees. We're walking as the hybrid walk. And we need to go back to the old school, to our traditions. Learn the old so you can go forward in the future. All right? I love all y'all, and I really mean it when I say that. And as I always end, know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. Y'all be easy. And let's protect these children because there's too much trauma going on around here. Okay? All right. Till next talk, I'll see y'all later. Peace.